Qadash is 5.
Okay, you're live. All right? You're live, right? So explain what's going on to the people online, right?
So right now we're doing the Hebrew numbers. We writing the Hebrew numbers out in ancient Hebrew and also the ancient print. And right now we up to number 1. Number 1 is Ahad. Number 2 is Shanya. Number 3 is Shalash. Number 4 is Arabai. And number 5 is Qadash. And right now we got the young man Joel. He's writing it out in ancient print and ancient Hebrew. I'm going to make it the same. We got the Ma, and what's next? What is this? The Shah. Mash. The Ma and the Shah. The Ma and the Shah. So what kind of connector does this deserve? So what? So go over the numbers again. Number 1 is what?
Akkad.
Say that again.
Akkad.
You gotta pronounce that ha.
Akkad.
Akkad. Number 2.
Shanya.
Number 3.
Shalash.
Number 4.
Arabai.
Arabai. Number 5.
Qadash.
Give the young man a hand. So for the viewers online, I'm gonna give you about a minute or 2 to write this out. We're gonna ask Shupa, my pops gotta come up and do the next 5. So again, number 1 is Ahad. Number 2 is Shanya. Number 3 is Shalash. Number 4 is Arabai. And number 5 is Qadash. Shupa, come on. You got your Hebrew sheet? Get one underneath the armband on this table right here. Push up.
Also, anyone online, this is about to get erased in 10 seconds. So if you're on your phones or you're on your smart devices, you might want to screenshot this before it gets erased. All right, because it's going to get erased. And then the teacher's going to bring a new brother to do what? Get the other 5, right? Right arm, Charles?
Come on, Christ.
Most time, Christ. Get down.
Underneath the armband. Easy on the top, easy on the board.
Just press release.
Okay, so number 6.
Black on black.
Black. number 6. But you want to put that also in the corner right there. 6 period. Okay. Slide a little dot right. 6. Write down the word 6 in English.
So I can do it in Spanish.
And they will do a class in that too. Write down like equal. Now in the middle, I want you to write sha for 6. Sha. Write down Hebrew text. Hebrew. SHA.
Oh, you mean this?
Right, just how young man Joel was doing the last time. Sha, S-H-A, write it a little bit more in the middle. We want to space it out. Come on. Take your time, make it neat.
That's my pulse.
Okay, Sha. Now look on your sheet and write it out in ancient print. Sha. Make the connectors look a little bit more round. Matter of fact, erase that. You gotta make it more better than that. So erase that. That looks like English W's. That looks like English.
That's all right.
Come on.
That's what it is.
Come on. Let me see. Okay, let's go on. Next, number 7. You want to give yourself a little bit more space so you can write it. Number 7 in English. Number 7 is Shabbai. S-H-A-B-I. Shabbai. Just number 7. That's the one. Being number 8. Number 8 is Shamawana.
Relax your hand in the right side. Don't hold it too stiff.
Sorry, that's not intentional. It's
stress
related. That's
no problem. We can.
Shamawana, which is number 8. Shamawana. Salakia. That's a ma.
Oh,
Come. Shama wana. M A W A N A H. Shamawana, which is 8. Shamawana. Put an H out of it.
oh,
Nah, God. Okay. Now we're gonna write out an ancient print.
good.
If you feel like you want to do it again, by all means, you can do it again. I'm slow. Shama wa na. What goes at that end? Ha.
Oh, top. Oh,
Come. But you connected
enough.
the na and the ha. Come. So number 8 is Shama wana. Number 9. Number 9 is the shy. The shy. The sh I. So what we doing with the
Don't connect that wrong.
Right. The does by itself, so you give it a frown connect, a frown face connect.
So, shot holes connect.
The sh and the I connect. The shy. Come on, come. Number 10. Number 10 is what? You say it in the prayers every day.
I.S.U.P.K.
It's I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K. I.S.H.P.K. Number 10. I.S.H.P.K. Okay, now we're gonna write it out. I.S.H.P.K. All right, let's get Trooper Mapatazar a clap. All right, for those who's watching, I'm going to give you about a minute or two, to write it down, or if you can, screenshot it with your phones. Baba Kosha, which is please in Hebrew. Baba Kosha. Put Baba Kosha forward. Come on, come. You got the Baba Basha. Please, Baba Basha. Okay, young man Joel, step up. All right. Leave Baba Basha. He weighs 6 to 10. All right, so now, next is 11. 11. Eleven is, what's number one? You know what's number one?
Card.
A card. So number one is a card. And what is 10? What was 10? The last number we did.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K. So when you put those together, it makes what? It makes what?
Yeah.
So you're gonna put Ahad Aisharam. A-H. Chad. Okay. Aisharam. Right now. Hold on. What is this? Aisha. Aisha. Okay. Now you want to write it out in ancient print.
I would post the link in the chat so people can sign.
What character are you writing first before you start?
The R.
Right. Ha.
I'm on your home page. I don't see.
Write the connectors afterward. Erase that connector.
Okay, I see. Which one is it? Okay.
Da.
I'm on your home page, look at the home, which says.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
the background is you.
Now,
The folder, yeah.
Sha. Ra.
Nope.
Excellent. Now, let's connect it.
I see it. All right.
No. La. You base that? What is this?
Sha.
No.
Ka.
Pronounce it correctly. Ha. And what is this? No. What kind of is this? Da. Do you see an A?
Okay, how do I copy and paste?
So what we do with the ha and the da? We do what? We connect it. Right. I. Sha. Well, excellent. Okay. Number 12.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay, how do I paste it? Control V. Sure, how do I spell that right? Sure. How do I paste it?
TWELD. Right. Now, do you remember what is number 2 in Hebrew? I got your notes, please do so. Number 2 is what?
Shania.
Right, Shanya. And what is 10 in Hebrew?
I.S.U.P.K.
Right, so Shanya, I.S.U.P.K. Shanya, Shan, Ya, I, Sha, Ra. What's this first character? Sha. What's the second?
N.
No, I know it's N, but same character. Na. Mm-hmm. Sha, Na, Ya. Make sure your phone is off. Okay. And the Ya. We told you. So what are you doing with the Sha and the Na? Remember when you did number 2? Mm-hmm. You missed that? The Sha and the Na. Shan.
Okay,
Right. And what are you doing with the Ya?
Ya.
Right. Okay.
Ra.
Good. Tawab. Number 13. Now, what was number 3 in Hebrew? What's number 3 in the ancient alphabet of Hebrew?
It's Shalash.
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 Right. Shalash.
Shara.
No.
Shalash.
What did you have before? What's 11?
Achad Ashura.
What's 12?
Shania Ashura.
What's 13?
Shalash Ashura.
Right. And what's number 10? Number 10 is what?
Ashura.
Right. So now we in the teens from 1 to 9, you want to put the Aishara at the end. Excellent. Right. Okay. Let me see. All right. We want to kind of write it across so, you know, the brothers and sisters at home won't get confused. So you want to put like a little line, like a little arrow pointing down, so they won't get confused with the Shania Aishara.
I change the color.
Not for right now. Just put like a little arrow, and we're gonna space it out more better. No. Put this. Put like a little arrow going right here, pointing from right here. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Excellent. Start off at the far right, giving ourselves some space. So what's the first character?
Sha.
Shah. And this La. And another what?
Sha.
Right. Okay.
I.
Shah.
Sha.
Ra. Okay. Make the connectors.
Sha. La.
No. Erase the connect underneath the La. Remember, this is what?
Sha.
So it deserves a what? A frown face. Now the La and what's this?
Sha.
You don't see an A, right?
Right.
So that gives you a what? A connector, right? Excellent. Okay, now erase bubble for shell. Bubble for shell. Erase, please. Let's give the enough space on the board. So start 14 right here. So we won't bump into the I.S.U.P.K, the Shalash Arabai. 14. So what is number 4 in Hebrew? How do you say number 4 in Hebrew?
Arabai.
Arabai, right. Arabai. So like Arabai, Arabai. By. What goes next?
Shura. Ashura.
I-S-H-A-R-A, which is what? in Hebrew?
10.
Right. Okay.
Araba Ashura.
Right. 14. Arabai I.S.U.P.K. Now write it out in ancient print. A, Ra, Ba, I, Sha, Ra. Let's put those connectors on. A, Ra. And now what you're doing, you're connecting the Ba and the I. I, Sha, Ra. Excellent. Now the last one, 15. Now, how do we say 5 in Hebrew?
That's your notepad over there, right? That's your notepad over there, right?
Come on, Kansa.
Okay, I was wondering, I wanted to give you cool words to teach also.
Come on.
Okay, with a password for God, this garment, stuff like that.
Come on, Kansa.
Do this to like 20.
Come on, Kansa.
All right?
Come on.
And then you're gonna do 30, 40, 50.
Come on.
50 if the Passover coming up.
Come on.
All right? I don't know if you got those. If you want, I can get them for you right now if you need.
Come on, Kansa.
Let me know if you got them or if you don't get them. Right?
So I can have this so far.
Let me see.
Let me split up too. Right.
Okay, 19, 20 is I.S.U.P.K. Good. Right, 20. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They teach you, that's my curriculum right there.
Come on, Kansa.
Where you get it from?
Brother posted this on his Facebook.
Your brother at school, right?
Come on.
Come
Kama Ashura.
Say that again.
Hamash is 5.
Hamash.
Ashura.
Right. Okay. I'll write that on the ancient. Number 15 is Hamash Aishara. Hamash Aishara. Ma. Ma. Sha. Aishara. So the Cha is what connector? Give what connector for Cha? Okay. Now what you're doing with the Ma, Sha, Mash. Okay. Aishara. Right. Dwa. Now let's say 11 in Hebrew.
Akar.
Number 12 is what?
No, Akar Ashura.
Come on, come. Say number 12 again.
Shanya Ashura.
Okay. Number 13.
Shalash Ashura.
Number 14.
Araba Ashura.
Number 15.
Hamash Ashura.
All right, let's clap it up for the young man Joel.
You need to be another again.
Akar
Ashura.
What's that?
Akar Ashura.
Good. Okay. Right. Next, troop up on Qadash. We're gonna go to 16 to 1C. So for the brothers and sisters online, I'm gonna give you a minute or two to write this down or screenshot it from your phone, both for sure, please. What you can do is erase from 11 to 13. Make sure you don't erase 14. Number 16. We're gonna put number 16 up on the board. Number 16. Try this other one right here. It's black on the beam. Don't put the cap back on. Let's put the cap back on.
Those are products, yeah.
We're gonna keep the caps on. All right, number 16. Number 16 is Shasha Aishara. S-H-A. S-H-A. I. Sha. Ra. And now we're gonna write it out in ancient print.
I just want to say to the brothers online, the brothers online, all right? Yahweh Hashem Shabbat, to the sisters, Yahweh Shema Alatan, Bashima Washai, all right? I see you, John Scott, Precious. All right, Batia Sarit, King Israel, what up? All right. Badaya Allah, como está? If you have questions, just put them in the chat, all right?
Aisha Ra. Okay. Aisha Ra. Number 17. Number 17. Now, how do we say 7 in Hebrew? Yahman Joel.
Shabbat.
Shabbat, right. Shabbat. And how do we say number 10 in Hebrew? How we say number 10 in Hebrew? I.S.U.P.K. Okay, so 17 is Shabbai I.S.U.P.K. We're going to print it out in ancient Hebrew. Shabbai I.S.U.P.K.
My father's it's not your shawl, right?
Come on, Pastor.
If you could tell the brother online, right, in Spanish, if you have a question, to type his question in the chat and we'll get it for him, all right? Face the camera if you could, if you don't mind.
So, ¿me dices en Spanish?
Spanish.
Okay. Si tienen alguna clase, pónganlo en el chat directamente con el oficial Hassahab. Todas las preguntas serán que se cuestionen, serán totalmente llevadas a cabo. Y ahora estamos haciendo el hebreo del inglés, como se escribe en inglés, al tiempo antiguo. O sea,
All right, King Israel.
Okay, so we got 17.
Well, get up.
Okay, so we got 17, which is Shabbai I.S.U.P.K. Now we're doing 18 in Hebrew.
Better write a little bit bigger, right?
Okay, slap. You can raise 14 and 15. How do we say 8 in Hebrew? Officer, young man, Joel. Shamawana, correct. Shamawana. Shama. Wa. Na. Shamawana. Na.
So okay, King Israel, how does the ball look now? Is the glare gone? Please let me know, all right?
Sha. Ma. Wa. Na. Slap. You have to put Shamawana I.S.U.P.K. This put I.S.U.P.K. Just trying to squeeze the I.S.U.P.K. Number 18 is Shamawana I.S.U.P.K. Shamawana I.S.U.P.K. Okay, now 19. Hold on, you want to go a little bit more down so you won't bump into that. Start about right? Yeah. So you won't collide with the Shamawana I.S.U.P.K. All right, now, so how do we say 9 in Hebrew?
Tashi.
Say it again.
Sa.
She. How you say that? The shy. The shy. Do you say number 10 in Hebrew again?
I.S.U.P.K.
Right. So number 19 is the shy I.S.U.P.K. Come on, come. Come on, come on, good, good.
Good. Do you understand it or?
Yeah.
Like he's spoken to you. Do you understand what he said when he spoke? A little bit, okay, for sure. We've got Spanish words online. I want to make sure that I know there's different dialects of Spanish the same way as brothers in English. So I want to make sure that he's in Nicaragua. You're Puerto Rican. Or you're American.
So-called Puerto Rican, sir.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. What? I know the Spanish too.
The shy. The shy.
But basic is the same.
No.
Sure.
Erase that I.
Oh,
I. Shut I. Shy.
Right.
And take your time. Okay. You got the shy. I.S.U.P.K. Okay, now, number 20. So what's number 10 in Hebrew? Number 10 is what? Young man Joel.
I.S.U.P.K.
So what would 20 be? What do you add for a word to give it a plural? Plural. Like akyam.
You would add the I.S.U.P.K. at the end.
Oh.
So 20 would be,
Anything that's plural, you will add what to it? More than what? More than two. How do you say brother in Hebrew?
Ak.
All right. More than two brothers would be what?
Akyam.
Akyam. Why would it be yum? Because it's what? It's more than what?
Person.
One brother, right? So with number 20 is I.S.U.P.K, right? So with 20, it would be what? I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Plural. Put the plural at the end. I.S.U.P.K.
Kim.
Say that again?
I.S.U.P.K. Kim.
No, we're not.
I.S.U.P.K.
No. I.S.U.P.K. Yum. I.S.U.P.K. Yum. So put down 20. Write down the word 20.
Like I forgot how to spell 20.
No sweat. T.Y. Okay, so number 10 is what? How did you say number 10? Trupa Apatiza? Mapatiza?
I.S.U.P.K.
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 Yum, which is 20. So in other words, it's like 10 plus 10 equals what? 20. There's two 10s.
There you go.
So it's a yum because it's two 10s, plural, yum. It's not one. 110 is I.S.U.P.K, right? 10 plus 10, 20. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. Okay. Let me see. I.S.U.P.K. Okay, let's clap it up for Chupa Mapatiza. Come on, sir.
Read this for me, right?
Come on.
Yeah, read this for me, right?
Come on.
Read here. Right, read the first sentence, the second sentence, like right here. And then you're gonna read this for me, right?
Come on.
All right.
This is out of the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary.
Right.
We're looking up the word numbers. Numbers. The Hebrews in ancient times used the carbon decimal system as a method of counting.
Right. So in ancient times, the who?
The Hebrews.
The Hebrews. Who's the Hebrews? The Hebrews is referring to our people. All right. Keep reading.
There is no evidence that they used figures to denote numbers.
Right. In other words, that we didn't use the numbers that we use today, the actual symbols, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 1, 1, 1, 2. We didn't use those. You see what I'm saying? Read from the top again for me.
Come on. The Hebrews in ancient times.
The Hebrews in ancient times, so our people in ancient times, right? Keep reading.
Use the common decimal system.
Use a common decimal system. Who knows what a decimal is? A decimal is when you break down it. Okay, Joel.
Period, sir.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right. A decimal is a period. And that period is used to notify or to state something is a divide of 10. That decimal, that DEC, it means 10.
Right.
You say you have in the metric system, you have decimeters, right? Where decimeters is 10 meters, right? So we use a decimal system to say things are out of 10. All right, keep reading.
Come on. As a method of counting.
As a method of counting. So it was our culture to count with 10. Other cultures would count with some other silly number, right? See what I'm saying? That's our system where we would have a 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. That comes from us. That's the salt of the earth that Christ talked about, where we are the inventors of all things on earth, including the numbers. All right? The whole system of numbers and counting and being organized, having a military faction in orders and ranks and numbered amount of men, that was us. All right? Keep reading.
Okay. There is no evidence that they use figures to denote numbers.
Right. That figures is a relatively new thing, and guess who would have made it new? We would have made it new. Today they call the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, the 9 figures. They call it Arabic numerals. But Arabs, what do Arabs invent? What other figures did Arabs invent? Arabs don't invent any other figures because they're not inventors of figures. We are inventors of figures. We are inventors of graffiti. You know what I'm saying? And writing your names in all kind of, funny ways on paper. Having the most extravagant signatures. That's us, man. You see what I'm saying? Even in our sin, when we make tattoos, we make the fanciest tattoos. We make art. You see what I'm saying? We draw things and make the best figures. All right? Other heathens copy. All right? Keep reading.
Connor, you want me to skip down to the next paragraph?
Please.
Numbers was used conventionally and symbolically. Certain numbers and their multiples had sacred or symbolic significance.
Right. So certain numbers was used conventionally and what?
Conventionally and symbolically.
So conventionally and symbolically. We would use numbers to represent something. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Okay. Certain numbers and their multiples had sacred or symbolic significance.
Say it again.
Certain numbers.
Certain numbers. Keep reading.
and their multiples had sacred or symbolic significance.
Say that. Spell that sacred word.
Come on. S-A-R, Salakia. S-A-C-R-E-D.
Okay.
Sacred.
Good.
Sacred.
No problem. Good. Right. So certain numbers had sacred meaning. Certain numbers were used a little bit more than others. That's what they're saying. We don't worship numbers. Don't get it mistaken. We don't deal with numerology. The Bible don't deal with numerology. But for someone who's schizophrenic, they will see that and be like, oh, wow, see, this number is sacred. This number is this. This number is that. But because we had such order, there was a way that we would do things and we would pass on that way the traditions onto the younger men. So to a heathen, they'll be like, oh, yeah, this is sacred. This is some special number they got. When to us, it's just a goddamn number. To us, it's just, this is the number for organizing this thing. 10,000 men in this section of the army, 10,000 men over there. We have 10, acres of land here, 10 acres of land there. 2 acres, Aishara, 2 tens, Aisharam. That's how we get the number 20 on the board. Because we're putting it in lots of tens. We're putting it in lots of decimals. 10 lots will be like a whole lot, or it will be a lot divided into 10 parts. And then we have 2 lots divided into 10 parts. It was the way how we did things. We used to make things more organized, right? All right, and then they might look at the number 7. They might say, oh, wow, these guys are always dealing with the number 7. They're resting on the 7th day. They believe in that they have 7 days. They believe 6 days they work and it's on the 7th day they rest. To them, they look like, oh wow, we worship in the number 7. But no, that is just the order. That's just the days that the Lord set the earth up, and we live after our culture and tradition, right? We have our culture, right? Everyone has their culture. All right, keep reading.
3, 4, 7, 10, 12, 40, 70. For example, 3 express emphasis, as in, I will overturn it. Ezekiel chapter.
Okay, so they're trying to say that they're trying to say that we have an affinity with the number 3 because we will say things 3 times. In other words, when the Lord will speak to us, and our people are known for being so hard-headed, they can say it 1 time, we might forget it. You're gonna say it to us over and over again. We're like children, we're hard-headed children. The Lord said we are hard-hearted and stiff-necked people. You see what I'm saying? When he says, even when he was telling Moses his name, he said, I be who I be, and then he said, then he's like, Moses, like, what should I tell the people that who you are? And he's like, tell them that I am Yahweh, the father of your father Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, the power of Israel, Yahweh, my name is Yahweh, the Lord, Yahweh, Yahweh, until it gets in your head that his name is Yahweh, and not I be who I be, or I am that I am, which is I be who I be in the correct translation. You see what I'm saying? You gotta say it to us over and over again. You gotta say the laws in 3 different parts of the book. You know what I'm saying? Christ's gonna come and tell us that you're not doing the law right. You're reading the law 1 time, but that's not it. Let me give it to you again. So the white man sees that we keep saying things 3 times, and to him it's like, oh wow, see, 3, number 3. They just love this number 3. No, come on, keep reading.
Okay, Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 27. From early times, 7 was a sacred number among the Semites.
That's it. That's what we did. We understand now, right? Right. The whole 7 days. That's what they get into, because it's a big thing for us to rest on the 7th day. It's the law. That's why we take the number 7 days serious, but we don't care about the actual number 7. The number 7 Shabbat, which is turned to Shabbat for rest, the number itself is not special. We don't say, oh, we got 7 stones and make it special, but we will put it on our clothes. We will put the culture on things that mean. If I got a bed, you see what I'm saying? I might put number 7 on the bed to say this 7-day rest. But I don't worship the number 7. That's my choice if I have to. You don't have to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If you have a garment You could put, 7 studs to say 7 days rest.
Okay.
So they're looking at it like it's a sacred thing. No, we're just trying to express our culture according to our laws.
Come on,
You know what I mean?
Come on.
Right, you can close it, all right?
Come on, sir.
All right, I think you still got to do.
Come on, sir. I'm gonna have the young man Joel come up, and we're gonna go through numbers 30 through 50. Right, so to the brothers and sisters that's watching online, Bubba could sure write this down or screenshot it from your phone. You can erase 16 through 18. Right, so put 16 through 18. Keep this score. Erase that. Number 30. So, what is number 3 in Hebrew?
Shalash.
Shalash. So 30 would be what? No, we're not doing 21. We're skipping, we're doing 30. Like 30. Okay. Right. Shalash. No. 30. What did we go over with 20? What did I explain for that last number 20? What was at the end of?
Shalash Yom.
Right. Shalash Yom. $30 would be Shalash Yom.
And you can keep going, right? I'm gonna say something in the meantime, right?
Come on, Constable.
Right. The brother online is still got a thing with the yum, right? So yes, yum is used to pluralize masculine words, right? Feminine words is yun, Y-A-N. Right, most of them. We'll get back in a second, right? Right. And then someone might say, why don't we use, if Shanya is 2, why don't we use Shanyam for 20? Why are we using Aisharayam for 20? Because in our culture, we do things by the tenths. Tens, or hundreds, 1,000. Al-Waq is 10. No, Al-Waq is 1,000. Al-Waq is 1,000, Al-Waq is 1,000. And Al-Waq is also the word for general. All right? A general will be controlling thousands of men. All right? All right, sure.
Hold on. Over. What's this?
Shah.
Shah. La. What's this?
Ash.
No.
S-H.
SH is what? Shah.
Shah.
Shah, right? Okay. Without the A. So, what you have to put, what character right there you have to put. What character? Another Shah. Okay. What's this character?
Yeah.
Ya, put the Ya. Take your time. right? And what would this be?
It would be a mod that had the A.
Right, Ma. So what character would you put? The what? We'll put down the what? Ma. Right. Excellent. Now, put up your connectors. Shaw. Right, Lash, right. You're connecting a La and a Sha. Drop the A, Lash. So you're connecting a La and a Sha. Excellent. Mm-hmm. Shalash. How you say this? The Y. Yeah. And what?
M.
Which is what?
Ma.
But you drop in an A, so it becomes what?
SHALAM.
No. What's this word?
Yeah.
Yum. You understand? So now what you have to put? Do you understand first?
Yes.
Okay.
There's no A.
Right. So you're connecting it. You're connecting the Ya and the Ma. Right. Right. Okay. Now, next. So 30 is Shalash Yum. Next is 40. 40. Okay. And how do you say 4 in Hebrew?
Arabai. By.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
Excellent. Yum. Okay.
It would be
Ba. No. La. Get it again. You got it. Ba. What's this character? Okay, what is that?
That's the bar.
Yeah, when I ask you, I want you to say it. What's this character?
The bar.
Right. Okay. What's this character?
That's the bar.
And what's this?
The bar. The I.
Right. So in the I. Okay. Yum. The Ya. Exactly. Ya. And what? The Ma.
The ma.
Now you're connecting the Ya and the Ma to what, to make what sound?
Yo.
Right. As you connect this, Ra, Bi. You're connecting the Bi and the I. The Ba and the I. Right. Excellent. Okay. 40 is what?
By. Yo.
Right. Now, number 50. You can erase the 19 and the 20, please. Don't push up. So how do we say 5 in Hebrew?
Kamash.
Say it again?
Kamash. Kamash.
No.
Kamash.
You gotta, I have to hear that. You have to pronounce that cha.
Kamash.
Chamash. Chamash. So 5 in Hebrew, and 5 in Hebrew, 5 is chamash. Chamash. F-I-F, right, erase the H. D-Y. So 5 in Hebrew is what?
Hamas.
Chamash. So 50 would be what?
Hamas. Yeah.
Right.
I write it. I write it underneath.
I got one. Ha, ma, you got it. Ma, sha, sha. Okay. Yum. Ya. All right, take it slow, take it slow. You've been doing it for the last 2 characters. You got it. Ya. Excellent, right. And the ma. You always want to do your connectors last so you won't get confused. All right, so do your connectors. Ka. And now what are you going to do next? You're connecting the ma and the sha. You're connecting the ma and the sha to make what sound?
Mash.
Mash. And you're connecting the ya and the ma to make what sound?
Yeah.
Ya, right. Excellent. Okay. So number 30 is what?
Shalasha.
Say it again. Say it again.
Shalasha.
Okay, number 40 is?
Arabayam.
Arabayam. Okay, number 50 is what?
Hamashim.
Kamashim, right. Always remember to pronounce that ha. Okay? Give it up for the, give a hand to Clark, the other one, would you like me to do 100 and do you want us to start from here?
Oh, keep going.
Come on, Clark.
You got a previous class, right? You got a previous class.
Come on, Clark. Okay. Well, we're gonna continue with Young Man Joel. Right, next is 100. 100. Mhm. 100 would be Ma'ah. Ma'ah. M-A-A-H. Ma'ah. Okay, now let's write it out in ancient print. Ma. Ah. Okay, add those connectors. Gosh, okay. Now 200. Now let's reflect back to how we say number 2 in Hebrew. How do we see number 2 in Hebrew? So like the first write out the English word for 200. $200. Okay. Okay, once again, how do we, let's reflect back to how we say number 2 in Hebrew. How we say number 2 in Hebrew? Anyone in the class?
Shanya.
Say it again.
Shanya.
Shanya, right. So Shanya 200 would be what? $200 would be what? Shalash. Shalash. Salakia. Shanya. 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 You got it. Shan. Put the na. And ya. Shanya. Excellent. Okay. Now, how do you say 100 in Hebrew?
Ma'ah.
Okay, write down ma'ah. Hold on, no, right here. Shanya, ma'ah. No, just like how we did 20, right? We said what for 20? We said Aishara Yum. Why did we say Yum?
Because it's more than one.
Right, so 200 will be Shanya, ma'ah, what?
Ra.
No, plural.
Yum.
So say it again. Shanya.
Ya Ma'ah Yum.
Right, excellent. So, because, come on.
Remember, I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K.
Come on, come. Come on. So, just to recap, to get a more clear understanding. So, 10 is Aishara, right? So, 2 tens is Asharayim, which is plural, Aisharayim. Now, 100 is Ma'ah. So, 2 100s will be Ma'ayim. Like it will be 100 plus 100, 200. Ma'ayam. Shanya, Ma'ayam.
But we would write it as
200.
right. That's the translation.
Come on.
But we would write it as
We will write it as Shanya, Ma'ayam.
right. That's how you write it, right?
Come on.
But according to our culture, what would be used for 200? We wouldn't put the shanya.
Come on. We'll put the Shanya.
Right, so in our culture, we wouldn't mention the shanya, right?
Come on.
Just like in the I.S.U.P.K, we wouldn't say shanya I.S.U.P.K.
Come
Shanya I.S.U.P.K is 12, I think, right?
on.
We would say, for this, we would say Ma'ayam is 200. Ma'ayam is 100 plural. So we're looking for 100 plural, right?
Come on.
But when you're saying it, 2 is Shanya, Ma'ayam is 100. So we have Shanya Ma'ayam on the board. And then, this is 2 hundreds. But then in our culture, right, in our culture now, which is Ma'as, Yam. Yam, right?
Come on.
You got a shot.
Okay, so you want to put the Shah.
And then, oop.
Oh,
No, that's good. That was good. Put it back. Put it back.
Put it back.
Oh, so
Put the Shah. Come.
Tell him scratch that. Tell him to put you off your there. Take it out. Tell him to erase the shot. Okay, that's not maybe it's kind of complicated. Right? You gotta learn how to do this. Alright? Because we're learning our culture. We're not gonna get it perfect the first time. Alright? Tell him, erase that, and to put Ma'asiyah. Alright?
So you erase the Shanya.
Yeah, what the erase the Shanya, right?
So like erase this whole thing like that. Now put Ma'ayam. Ma'atha. So like that. Erase that.
No, that's good. Keep going.
Okay.
The
Ta.
TH.
TH.
Good.
Yam.
Good. Good. Right. Write it in Hebrew. Write it in Hebrew, Drew, right? Okay. You know what the thought is, right? With that. You have Ma'asiyah there, right? Do you know what the thought is? Okay. You know father, right? How do you say father?
Abba.
Good. How do you say forefathers?
Forefathers will be.
You're missing something, Joel. Forefathers is
Avabai.
okay, not for what? Ancestors. Your father is in the past.
Come.
Father is Abba. Things that pertain to father is Abba. Because the tha makes it pertaining to it. Alright?
Come.
Right, you're missing a ya in there, Joel. Alright?
Alpha, ya. Erase this. Right. Put the ya. Right.
Come on, own this shit. Own this shit. Own it.
Ya.
Good.
And Ma. You got it. Right. Now we want to connect it. Tha.
oh, connect the and the, right?
Come. Connect the and the. Erase this. and the Yam. Connect the Ya and the Ma. Excellent. Okay, so 200 is what? Ma'af Yam. Come. Now, let's see if we can get this on the bottom. 1,000, 1,000.
No, you get the 300. Get the
Huh?
Shalash.
Come on, come.
Let me see how you do it over here.
You don't got it.
Here we go. What do I do? Shalash. Right? Shalash. Right?
Just like this one. Come on, come. Just like this one on the one. Shalash.
No, Shalash. Do like 13. 13 is Shalash Aisha, right? So now you want 3, instead of 310, you want 300. Right? 100 is Ma'a.
Ma'ayam.
Right? So, remember that. 20 is Aisha Ram. Okay. Okay, hold on. Give me a second, right?
Come on.
Let me just get in the scripture, right?
Come on.
Okay. Enoch walked with the Most High after he begot Methuselah 300 years, alright? Genesis 5 and 22.
Hold on, just a moment.
Okay. So we go over Shalash Ma'awath. Alright? Shalash Ma'a. Remember Ma'a is 100. Ma'a, good. And then Wath. W-A, just fit it underneath. Fit it around the connector, right? Wath.
T-H.
Good. Alright? And that would be 300.
Come on.
And then 400 will be up in the same according
Come
to the same way, right?
on.
Notably, if I could show, right?
Come on.
We have on the board, we have 50. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
April 20th,
Come on.
we have the Passover,
Come
the 50th Passover, right?
on.
So if you want to put the 50th Passover, we'll put Kamashiam. How do you say, who remembers how we said Passover from last week? Shut up.
Pasach.
Good. So then it will be, remember now, we don't say things like in the English way, we'll say Pasak Kamashiam.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? So it will be Pasak Kamashiam, all right?
Come on, sir.
Get him to write down the board, right?
Come on.
All right?
Erase 30 and 40. I want to say the 50th Passover. So put 50,
Write it out.
50 Passover.
In English?
Come, let's put 50 Passover. We want to say we want to say Pasach, E-A-S-A-C-H. Pasach, which is Passover. Now we want to say 50, which is Hamashiach. Like the Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, underneath it. No, not enough space, so right underneath it. Pa, get your sheet. Get your sheet, pa. Sa.
Drop the camera.
Ha. 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 Another what? Ha.
Oh, if I could, right?
Come on,
Before you
come.
put commercial, right?
Come on, come.
Before you put commercial to it, right? The way how it's written in Hebrew, there's always a ha before the thing being described. So the thing being described is the Passover.
Come on, come.
Now, when after you're describing what kind of or what pertaining to the Passover, we're saying it's the 50th Passover. So it will be Pesach ha kamashim. We know ha is done, right? But in all things, it always says, if I want to say holy of holies, it will be Qadash ha Qadashim.
Oh, come.
You see what I'm saying? The second word after that describes the thing that's pertaining to the original thing. Always has a ha before, if that even makes sense to you, right?
Oh, come.
I'm trying to, okay. Pesach ha kamashim, all right?
Come on, come.
Leave the English part. Just remove that second, just remove that, and then put ha, and then continue with the kamashim, all right?
Come. A ha and a ah.
No, give me some more space between the Pesach. You're making it look like it's one word. It's not one word.
Come, come,
Right?
come, come.
Yeah, there's guidance, all right?
Come on, come. Okay. And put the ah.
Oh,
No, ah. You want to put ha. So
that's good.
this is the word ha. This is the word ha. So that's the ha. You want to put ah.
No. This is ha.
Hmm?
Ha. We got ha. We want kamashim now. Ha.
Come. So
Right.
come. I'm gonna got ha. Come. So
Whoa.
you
Mix
that.
that up.
Come on. Okay. So that's ha. So that's ka, ma. Okay, you want to put sha. Take your time. And remember, sha is what? Look at your note. That's what you got your sheet for. Okay, sha is what? Okay. Yum. Ya. And the ma. All right, so let's put them connectors. Pesach, which is Passover. Pesach. Ha, which is God. And Chamash, which is 50. Cha, no, erase that. There's no connector for Cha. And you connect in a Ma and a Sha to get what word? Mash. And you connect in a Ya and a Ma to get what word? Yum. Right. Good. Okay, so the 50th Passover is Pesach HaChamash. All right, so now what we want to do is raise 50 to 200. Leave 300 up. Leave 300 up. Now you need to put this one. Then you want to leave this. Now we're going to put 400. Okay, now how do we say number 4? Let's reflect back to number 4 in Hebrew. How do we say number 4 in Hebrew?
Araba.
Say that again.
Bye.
By, right. Arabai, so 200 will be what? What's 100?
Ma'ah.
And what's the plural, which is what? Waf. So Arabai will be what? Arabai,
Ma'ah.
Waf, right. All right. These are long words, so you want to kind of like, you don't want to write that much big, so you won't have space to write down the ancient. Ra, by, ma, wa. Okay. Now, write down ancient Hebrew. Ra, ba. Get your sheet. I, ma, wa, okay, and tha. Now, right? Ra, let me see. Ra, no, Ra, you don't connect the Ra. You connect the ba and the I. So what kind of connector goes under the Ra? Okay, and you connect in the ba and the I. Okay. Ma, ba, and you connect in the wa and the da to make what sound?
Wa.
Right. Good. Okay, now 500.
So,
Okay.
Ma. Kama.
Excellent. Tamash.
Ma'ah. Wa.
Right. To wa. Okay, so now, writing it out now in ancient print. Wait, cha, ma, sha, ma, A, Wa, right now. Let's connect it. Mhm. Why are we connecting the Ma and the Sha?
Because there's no A in the wash.
Right. That's 600. How we say six in Hebrew?
Shasha.
Sha. Right.
Ma. Awaf.
Say the whole thing.
Shasha Ma'awaf.
And what is that?
600.
Right. So write down ancient Hebrew print. Ancient print. So anyways, let's make it a little bit more smaller so we can. Okay. So put Sha. You want to put two Shas next to each other, right next to each other. Sha. Okay. Ma. A. Wa. And Tha. Okay. Let's put the connectors up.
Sha. Ma'a.
La.
Shasha. Waf.
Okay. Now 700. We could erase the 300. Erase the 300. Okay. Let's keep it on there. Let's put the erase on top of the board so we can learn better reach. How do we say 7 in Hebrew? 7, let's recap. What's number 7 in Hebrew?
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Talk to that.
Come on, Kansa.
You have 10,000. After that, you want, I'm gonna get it, right?
Come on,
After
Kansa.
that, I'm gonna get 10,000.
Come on, Kansa. Shabbai Ma'af Waf. Okay. Sha, we're going to write it out in ancient print. Sha. Ba. I. Ma. A. Wa. Right, now put the connectors up. Erase that connector. Let's always start from the right to the left. We don't want to start from between or from the left. Let's always start from the right to the left when we're dealing with this Lashawan Qadash. Sha.
Ba.
Ba. What we doing? What are we doing with the ba and the I?
Connect.
Right. Connecting the ba and the I to make what sound?
5.
Right. Ma.
Ma.
Ma. Right.
Ba.
Okay.
Wa.
So we're connecting a wa and a tha to make what sound?
Ma.
We're connecting a wa and a tha to make what sound?
Was.
Wa. Con.
Was. Wa.
So like I said, you want to
Was. Ra. Ba. Ba. 10,000.
ra ba ba.
Ra. Ba. Ba. With a how. Ra. Ba. Ba.
Ra ba ba.
It's used for 10,000 and it's also used for a million.
No,
Right, but it's specific is 10,000. I don't think there are millions of people in time that the truth is being written. For particular saying.
Let's erase the 400 and the 500. And we're going to go to 10,000. 10,000. Thousand. Which is Ra.
I.S.U.P.K.
Make this a little bit more smaller so we could write underneath.
No. We could do it, make more room underneath it so you don't have to remove the 50th Passover.
Come on.
Alright? So get your 10,000, put it down, erase the 10,000, put it down into more space where you know you can scan out where you're gonna put it. Right? You have a big empty space right there, right? There you go. Write it big and write it big. People online gotta see it, alright?
You heard you?
Right. Big English write it 10. I want people online to see it. I want the man at the back of the room to see it.
7.
Good. Don't worry about space. You have space underneath. You can erase things underneath, alright?
Good.
Good.
Should be called I.S.U.P.K.
La. So like the other one, you said
Ra, ba, ba.
Ra ba ba.
Ra,
Ra.
ba, ba is 10,000.
R-A. B-A. B-A. Is it another A-H other one?
Ra, ba, ba. Put a H at the end of that. There you go. That's good right there, alright? Good.
Ra, ba, ba. So 10,000 is Ra, ba, ba. And now we want to write it down in ancient Hebrew.
And make sure you put the concordance code underneath. Just put underneath that. Just put H7233. Right bigger than that. Erase that. Erase that. Right bigger than that. Good. There you go.
H what, sir?
7233. Good. There you go.
Come. It's the wall. Okay, now, you want to write it out in ancient print, ancient Hebrew print. We're going to put Ra,
Good.
Ba, Ba, Ha. Okay, so you want to put the connectors on it? Ra, Ba. We're connecting the Ba and the Ha to make what sound?
Ba.
Ba. Right, so 10,000 is Ra, Ba, Ba.
Keep going. You want to explain it?
Shah, so 10,000, again, 10,000. So let's do the 50th Passover again. 50th Passover, Pasach HaChamash. 10,000 is Ra'ah, 10,000 is Ra, Ba. 600, Shah, Ma'awa. 700, Shabai, Ma'awa.
Good.
Anything else?
Okay, now you have a question online, right, from King Israel, right? He wants to know, is the microwave forbidden on the Shabbat? All right. If you are a priest in the UPK, right, you know, all Israelites are commanded to be priests, right? Somebody give me Matthew 12:5 quickly, right? Because we get this all the time, right? Let me get that quickly, all right? Matthew 12:5, right? First and foremost, priests cook on the Sabbath, all right? Priests always cook on the Sabbath. You know, they went to the Pharisees and Sadducees who don't understand the law went to Christ and said, you know, why are you gleaning, you know, corn ears on the Sabbath? Because that's work. You see what I'm saying? According to the Sabbath, you cannot work on the Sabbath. You see what I'm saying? But what does a priest do? If you read all the laws about offerings, right? A burnt offerings and an offering of sweet savor, right? That burnt offering is grilling the offering. Now, what is the offering? The offering would be meat. What did the people do with the offering? What did the priest do with the offering? The priest ate the food. All right. The priest cooked the food, and the priest would often, I'm saying damn near all the time, the priest would feed the people with the food they cooked on the Sabbath. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times, the priests were chefs. They were cooking on the Sabbath. Every Sabbath from the day they entered into the priesthood, they gotta know how to do what? Put that burnt offering on the damn grill. You know what I'm saying? The law is what? Making fried chicken on the Sabbath. Leviticus 2:6, Leviticus 2:7, Leviticus 2:8. Chicken and all kind of meats. You know what I'm saying? Putting it in fine flour. sprinkling it with oil, frying it down on the Sabbath. That was a thing to be done on the Sabbath. That's what the offering is about. Now, if you are a person who is not in UPK, then you shouldn't cook on the Sabbath, all right? Now, does that mean that I can't turn the light on? What is that? I can't turn the light on. But you know, the Jewish man says, you know, you can't kindle a fire. So they say, you know, there's fire in the electric, it sparks. If I press the button on the light switch, does that mean I can't turn the light switch? Does that mean I can't press 100 on a microwave? First and foremost, understand this, right? When it said to not cook on the Sabbath, is because kindling a fire was hard work back in the day, right? It's not like today where you get your stove and you just and then the fire's up and running, or you got your electric stove. You know what I mean, you had to rub sticks and get the stick going, and it was hard work. You would get tired, and on the seventh day, it would say that was the seventh day was the day for rest. So you shouldn't work on that seventh day. You should let your arms rest, man. Let your body rest on the seventh day. That's the intention of the law. Captain Desire went over yesterday in the New York school here, right? About the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law. The letter said you can't kindle no fire. But you read the letter, you don't know why. Because we're so estranged from our culture, from our traditions. So we don't really understand why it's there. We see it, we see the law said don't eat pork. But we don't understand why it says don't eat pork. You see what I'm saying? Now you eat pork, you get your high blood pressure and your cancer, then you understand why you shouldn't eat pork. You see what I'm saying? Now if you work 7 days a week, right, with no rest, you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then you work Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you work Monday, and you don't get no rest. Eventually, you're gonna work yourself to death. Eventually, you're gonna go to your doctor. You're gonna tell you got bad health because you're always taking an overtime on Sunday, and you're taking that overtime on whatever day, and now you got bad health, and now you know you're on the verge of dying. You got bad health, so don't work. That's the intention of the law. All right. 6 days thou shalt work, the 7th day is a rest. 6 days you do all that hard laboring and getting the pot to go, and you're moving stones, and you're working at, you know, McDonald's and the postal service, and you know, street cleaning and UPS and whatever the brothers do for us jobbers. They work at the airport, lifting the packages and luggages and all that. You see what I'm saying? Whatever you do for slavery, do that, but don't do it past 6 days. All right, that is the intention of the law, so you don't work yourself to death. The laws under Christ is the administration of life, and the laws under Christ is the same as it was as the laws under Moses and the laws under Adam, except we was given the law, we was read it, the law was read to us. You see what I'm saying? Some brothers who don't want to follow Moses, they hear it, but they're not. There's a veil between them and Moses, so they not, just like in the UPK. We in the UPK understand the law because it will be explained to us in class. There's some brothers that don't want to come to class, so it won't be explained to them. There's a veil. That veil is like a curtain. There's a curtain right there. People outside of this room right here will never ever get the understanding of what it means to obey the Sabbath, or to not kindle a fire, to not work more than 6 days. I'm saying, what's the consequences of it? Well, what the understanding of, you know, don't eat meat with blood in it, meaning just cook your damn food. You see what I'm saying? Don't have medium rare meat. You see what I'm saying? Don't have rare medium rare. You gotta make sure your meat, because I know some brothers favor the medium rare, but you gotta make sure that there's no blood in it. If you poke it, there's blood in it, you gotta go back on the fire a little more. You see what I'm saying? Can you have a little pink in your medium rare? Yes, you can. Some brothers like that, but there can't be no meat in it. Sushi is lawful. It's not our culture, but it's lawful as long as there's no blood in it. All right, don't eat meat with blood in it. Now on the Sabbath, can you press 100 on a microwave? I'll tell you yes. I'll tell you, because according to the law, to not work yourself to death. You see what I'm saying? Don't work yourself to death. Don't work hard to kindle a fire on the Sabbath, all right? Does that mean that you can't go and don't kindle a fire on the Sabbath if you're not in UPK? If you're a priest of the Lord, if you are a woman that serves the priest of the Lord, you see what I'm saying? Then you do these things that pertain according to the law. which is kindling on fire on the Sabbath. Give me the scripture.
Well,
Read.
okay. Matthew chapter 12, verse 5. Or ye not read in the law?
Have you not read this in the law? Meaning what? People who say this would have learned, from elsewhere. We're not faulting you for learning from somewhere else. We all grew up in church. You see what I'm saying? You got it from a church or Israelite church or church, anything outside of here is church to me, because they teach the same thing. They teach that all people can be saved, or you can save some other people outside of Israel. You can save some African, or you can save some Arab, or you can save some white man. That's philosophies against the Bible, but it's all the same in context with Christianity. Always trying to save someone else outside of your race. Being a seller. You see what I'm saying? But we're not faulting you for that. You're here in our class to learn the truth. I'm saying, and I agree with you, because I did the same thing. And I came and I learned the truth. And I learned that a priest can cook on the Sabbath. And a priest is supposed to cook on the Sabbath because that was his job, to cook on the Sabbath. And to feed his family. Who's his family? His nation. All right? A woman who serves the priest of the Lord, who does she serve? She's in rank under who? A woman is in rank under
The man.
her man. The man is the head. Who's our head in the school in New York? Captain Desire. Who's the head of the nation? Commanding GEN.YAHANNA. We're like his children. The sisters are like his daughters. You see what I'm saying? And then men who come under you. You see what I'm saying? And then troopers are over men in the world. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you serve a priest, if you serve this holy order, then you can cook. If you don't serve the UPK, if you're outside the UPK, if you're not a priest, if you're not a woman that serves a priest, then you don't cook. You bake your sandwiches in the sun, try to get as much warm on that sandwich in the sun outside as you can, all right? But you don't cook if you're not in UPK. In UPK is where the priests are, because there's only one priesthood according to Christ. The priesthood of Melchizedek is one. There's only one order. There's only one body, one faith, all right, or in one accord. One speech, one doctrine, you name it. One song. 144,000 are going to sing one song. According to Ezekiel 33, that song is a doctrine. There's only one doctrine can make 144,000. You can't be different doctrines to be the 144,000 as a divided nation. There's only going to be one. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be those who are with Moses, and there are going to be those that are against Moses. There are going to be those that are with Christ, and there are going to be those that are against Christ. There are going to be those that are with Joshua, and there are going to be those that are against Joshua. Now, anyone who was against Moses in Exodus, in the time of after the Passover and all of that, right? The people who was against Moses died. All right? The people that didn't confess to Joshua was killed, was stoned to death. You see what I'm saying? The people who was against Christ is not in the truth. See what I'm saying? They are of their father, the devil. They follow, who's the devil? The white man. You follow after the ways of the white man. You are your father, the white man. You are your father, the devil. All right? Keep reading now. Have you not read in the law?
How that on the Sabbath days.
How that on the Sabbath day, which will be today, right? Friday sundown, Saturday, right?
The priest in the temple.
The priest in the temple, right? The priest. What did they do? Read.
Profane the Sabbath.
Profane the Sabbath. Who was messing with them? Because really, it's not profaning the Sabbath. Because we're not, profane means offend. We're not offending the Sabbath, but according to the scripture says, to the Jews, I became a Jew that I may gain the Jew. Meaning what? If a brother talks in a particular vernacular, right? Meaning, if a brother talks in a certain way, I talk in that way so he can understand it. We know that Christ's name is Yahushua, right? When we go to camp, when we go to interviews, we might say Jesus. Why? Because the world knows that man to be called as Jesus. We know his name is Yahushua. A simpleton says, see, UPK saying Jesus. Is it a sin to say what the people know him as? The scripture, Christ said, to the Jews, I became a Jew that I may gain the Jews. Who are we trying to gain? We're trying to gain the Jews. The Jews are out there, they're not in here. You see what I'm saying? To make them understand, for me and them to have understanding, I gotta go to the way they think. And I gotta teach at camp. Or you gotta teach at camp. We all gotta teach at camp in the way they understand. We don't go out there and tell them, yeah, Hakamasham, at Woodhaven Manor, Jamaica, New York, Jamaica Avenue, Woodhaven, New York. You see what I'm saying? Shemai Sharala, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Akkad. We don't tell them that. We tell them, yo, according to the Bible, God is only for Israel. You see what I'm saying? There's only one God. There's no God for the Arabs. There's no God for nobody else. We got to tell them God. We wouldn't even say the Most High name Yahweh. Because they be like, well, what is that? These guys talking some holy tongue. You see what I'm saying? We might as well be talking in tongues to them. We got to talk in a way they understand. Now, he said, don't you know that according to the Bible, the priests profane what you call the Sabbath. But what you call the Sabbath is where priests don't they don't cook. Well, according to the law, the priests break that law that you say that is to be obeyed, because you don't really understand the law. That's what it is. Jeremiah says, they err not knowing the scriptures. All right, keep reading. Or they that lead my people to error. All right, keep reading.
And are blameless.
And are blameless, meaning what? The priests profane the Sabbath and are blameless according to the law. See what I'm saying? Now, according to Genesis, all Israelites are commanded to be priests in the earth over the other nations. You see what I'm saying? Every Israelite should be in the UPK cooking on Friday night and cooking on Saturday morning and feeding the people and cooking at the Passover on a Saturday, on the Shabbat. All right? No offense. King Israel, yeah, you can use a microwave, all right? Especially if you're going to be a priest in there, you better turn the fire on the stove and feed the children, right? Ain't no starving no kids in here. Ain't no children fasting up in here. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't. If we hear in UPK, if we hear that someone is making their children fast on Saturdays, we will call the police on you. We should call ACS on your parent, on whoever. You know what I'm saying? For abusing their kids. Their kids, because their kids is my brother. You know what I'm saying? Right. Their daughters is my sister. And I can't have people starving my sisters and brothers. Rather than go somewhere else where they will be fed on the Sabbath. There'll be a Latino, grandmother in the Bronx that would be a foster mother for our children, which is their children, which they don't take care of. And the foster Latino woman who may be Puerto Rican or Dominican, and they would African American, and they would take care of that child better than them. And that child might have a chance to survive and grow up and become a priest in UPK or a sister in UPK. See, I'd rather that than have our children die out there by negligent parents. Right. All right. Yeah. Good. Okay. The link to sign up, I'm gonna give it to you right now, right? And I pass the class to Priest and Officer Sha'an, all right?
Is it here for the class? I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, which is, everyone knows that Passover is April 20th. If it's not a Passover from the I.S.U.P.K, it's a fake Passover.
That's right.
And any I.S.U.P.K upcoming events and high holy days, be sure to look at your bulletin board in the back. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headbands, scarf, And with that, men of Israel, Amadim, which means to stand up. Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Atah.
Yajimatan, which means hands down. We're going to give a salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak,
Yahweh Shabbat Atah Hashem Yahushua.
Yajimatan, which means hands down. Class dismissed.